Hey, FlimsyLunchTray here, and welcome to World of Warships. Today, unfortunately, I'm going to be featuring the Varese again, mainly just because of how the battle really goes. And honestly, you're going to have to thank the hull, excuse me, not Forrest Sherman, the hull. I'm just going to call him Sam. Encouraging me to upload this battle after it had ended. Because honestly, this ship is disgusting. But hey, it's disgusting, but really cool things can happen when you play this ship too, right? So that offsets it. And the sad thing is, as I record this video, it's Saturday, when the leaderboard is happening, and so I'm going to probably be playing this ship again after closing out editing this video. So what we have for you today is a mainly featuring this replay, this battle I had. We're gonna have a really good game. You'll see why when the time comes. As we're coming over here to the flank, so I was playing the Varese in this clip because of the leaderboard. Depending on how well you place out of 100 players, you will get certain rewards. And even if you don't make it on the leaderboard, if you do any damage at all in a random battle, you'll get 40,000 Elite Commander XP by participating. So you'll want to go to Armory. Well, the event might already be over when I'm saying this, but it's in the Armory, and you can click Participate after, then play a battle in the Varese and be counted in here. I've already done a Friday highlight on this ship. I'll tag it here at the end. And I ate an unreasonable amount of damage there. I should have definitely been angled much sooner. And an upgraded commander build video of this ship as well. And I'll talk more about ship specifics. But for those of you who maybe don't know what this ship is, or you're more newer to the channel, you haven't seen my last videos, or other content creators, basically this is an experimental ship. I think experimental ships are set to possibly go away in update 14.7 unless Wargaming decides to keep them in or take them away and put them back in, which honestly I think Wargaming, if they're gonna, I think the ships are here to stay, but it depends on what that will look like. I don't know, effectively. But the Varese is this tier 10 Italian battle cruiser based off the Michelangelo hull. Michelangelo was a dockyard ship where you have these 2x4, so 8 320mm guns in the center of the ship. So really, what the ship becomes more about is playing it for the secondaries, because the secondary battery is what's placed on the forward and sides of the ship, where you have a composition of 3x4 152mm guns and 10x2 90mm guns, which honestly is quite savage, and how you can just kind of blap low health destroyers, which you'll see here towards the end when we are fighting a Forrest Sherman who's there in that smoke. And you get 8-kilometer torpedoes. I'll make sure I say that correctly, and not say fake news. Yeah, 8-kilometer torpedoes that hit for 20,000 damage, and you get 6 of them total, 3 on each side. But effectively, Varese is this mid-range brawling battle cruiser where you're playing her within secondary battery range, which for me, because of the fighter flight status, the experimental feature of this ship, is your secondary battery reload improves and your secondary battery range extends out. So you can see we actually have a 14.2 kilometer secondary battery range right now, which is again quite disgusting, and the fact that your sap just reloads faster and faster as you lose hit points with these secondaries. So getting more into kind of noting what's happening here in the battle. So we're at 58,000 damage, just 100 secondary battery hits. We've got a enemy Varese who has been struggling a bit in his positioning. We've taken him out, even though he smoked up. We caught a glimpse of him and we wanted to blind fire that. Now we have a submarine here on the flank, which we're also going to be seeking to deal with. There's a Forrest Sherman smoke screen. There's a Yamato further off in the background, and there's something else around here too. I don't remember. Oh yeah, enemy Napoli. He doesn't live very long. We're going to be dealing with him as well. So we get a 5-kilometer hydro. We're utilizing that to help us out here. We're going to set our secondaries on the sub as much as possible. We also get ASW depth charge airstrikes, so we're going to be utilizing that. It's an 8-kilometer range. We did blow a DCP there just because I wanted to mitigate what damage we're going to take. And we get direct hit, splash damage, and a flood on the submarine, which ends up taking the sub out effectively. So now we're up to 2 kills, approaching 100,000 damage. I show a lot of side there. I probably didn't really need to do that, but I was trying to get the Napoli off the board here. So Varese is kind of stupid because you get this massive heal. It's a heavy repair teams, but it has a long cooldown time. So you can basically take like 200,000 damage just and heal it back and still be fighting with only 3 of these heavy repair teams, right? So it's quite a nasty ship. As I'm going to start angling out here, so I'll make sure I get a little more secondaries going here on the Sherman. One of the temptations which I was considering here was turning out more to get the main battery off on the 4 Sherman, which would meant I would have been broadside to a Yamato 18-inch salvo. So that's the temptation. A lot of players who try to play this ship, well, not a lot of players, those who try to play this ship for the main battery will effectively struggle with the ship because it's meant to be played more around the secondary aspect and the tankiness of the cruiser, in which you push in, you have torps, you use your hydroacoustic search, you have this massive heal, all these things effectively working in your favor. So we have a little bit of a stalemate here at the 4 Sherman. He's basically positioning his starboard side torpedoes. He gets 2 that have a really, really small range, and he's trying to be positioned if I push that he'll go for me. And I decided to just go ahead and randomly throw out these torpedoes because I'm going to be switching, repositioning here. So if I come around the corner, he can get these torpedoes that do a decent chunk of damage to you if you hit, but he only gets 2 of them per sides, but very limited firing angles, which helps us to perhaps dodge them if we're clever enough. And what I decided to do here is wait him out. If he does step out, our secondary battery is actually capable, our 152s can just instantly clap him, even without our main battery being at use. But I decided let's wait till the repair teams, the heavy repair teams comes off cooldown. And also let's see about, maybe we wait another minute for our hydroacoustic search to come off cooldown. But I can see from using my depth charge airstrike that he's just sitting back there. He's just waiting to see what we do. I've got a destroyer coming in, the hull's coming back within me as well. And I decide, you know, as maybe the mighty jingles would say, chicks dig scars and glory lasts forever. Let's go for it. So I'm going to pick up enough speed here that I feel like I'll be able to outmaneuver his torpedoes, at least this first strike. And I want to use the main battery actually on the Yamato, this 320 SAP. I want to see if I can get him off the board. Unfortunately, we only had one of the main batteries. This other main battery doesn't work as well. But in the midst of waiting, the Sherman has been able to get his next repair party off. Or not repair party, his smoke screen, pardon my French. And even though I fired my main battery, I mean, our secondary shooting the Yamato would keep us detected here anyhow, even if I hadn't fired my main battery in the smoke fire penalty of the Sherman. But there you can see how fast the secondaries killed him. And honestly, and double strike and Kraken Unleashed, by the way, and I preemptively popped the heal because I knew I was going to eat those torpedoes, because I should have, honestly, I didn't realize that's what exactly he was doing. It was a given, like I should have known. I just slept on it. Just go ahead and killed my throttle and turned in after I got the kill and let the torpedoes pass over my bow. That's the only chance the Sherman had, essentially, was to get torpedoes off. I mean, he very got close to killing me, right? So it was a bit of a misplay by me, but again, chicks dig scars and glory lasts forever. Basically giving us 4 close quarters, general offensive, double strike, and the Kraken Unleashed. So I'm in division up with Doombeagle, as he's also going for just, I think, wanting the Elite Commander XP and getting a battle in with the Varese. And now I start talking with Sam. Delightful Sam here, who has definitely been farming up some damage here on the enemy team on this flank. And so we end up talking here. And thanks, Sam, for just encouraging me to upload this video. I was very hesitant just because the ship is filthy, and I've already featured it several times now. But hey, like, it was a fun game, effectively. And I was trying to go for the double strike if possible. But then I just focused on the Sherman and our secondaries. You know, this is one of those ships where basically you just, all you have to do is direct the ship in the direction you want to go with your WSAD skills and push or kite. That's really all it takes. The ship has very minimal input. Like, you know, I got a double strike from my secondaries. Like, I wasn't doing anything. All I was doing was positioning the ship, pushing in. So that's kind of how dented some of these experimental ships are, that they don't require a lot of input from you. With more of the secondary focus, especially with how the Varese is set up with the main battery being in the middle, and you have to have really poor firing angles to even shoot them in the first place. So they're really more of an afterthought, honestly. You focus on your secondaries, which we have over 257 secondary ribbons with 144,000 damage and only 43 main battery hits. But some damage from the depth charge is in the floods we did as well to that enemy submarine. So now we're just going to watch this battle of another enemy Varese and a Colombo going at it. It looks like they're going for a ram here. As a lot of people are on, you know, during these days on the leaderboard to see how well they can place. I think I have like around 185,000 damage as I recorded this video, so I need to get into the 200 category and get more done here. So thanks, Sam. It was nice playing with you here on this flank and working over the enemy team and getting the victory for our team. So it's going to be a first grade efficiency badge with the General Offensive, Double Strike, 4 Close Quarters, Dreadnought, and Kraken Unleashed with almost 145,000 damage here as well. With how well this game is, I'm running Gray boosters, the common, so we get 560,000 credits, but of course there's going to be a cost when we look at the credits and XP. We're going to top the team with 2,454 base experience, and you can see the rest of our team did pretty well in kind of spreading out the kills amongst themselves. And then we're going to go into detailed report where you can see our secondaries alone. They did 72,000 damage, which feels weird. Feels like they did even more than that. But 60,000 of the main battery, which primarily just firing semi-armor piercing. And then the airstrike, you see we did 11,000 with, and a little bit from floodings there as well. Then you can see we took actually 126,000 damage, so we took almost the same amount of damage as what we dished out. So there was some bad positioning for me, being not angled as well to Yamato, and being cheeky with Napoli and eating torps. So again, this is just one of those boats where all you really have to do is steer it, and you can eat a lot of damage, and they'll also dish out a lot of damage by just letting your secondaries work over enemy ships. So that's kind of why this ship is quite filthy, because it doesn't require a lot of skill level to play the ship and do decent with it effectively all said and done. So if you liked today's video, give a thumbs up. If you didn't, give a thumbs down. Subscribe if you want to see more. If you subscribe, thanks so much. I appreciate it. Thank you to my Patreon supporters. And yes, I know you don't have to tell me this ship is absolutely disgusting, and hopefully I won't be featuring it much more or at all after this, unless we have a really insanely good game as we do leaderboard hunting. So until next time, take care.